Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Board of Health meeting. My name is Thomas Corey. Michael Coughlin is present. Tess Curran is present. We are awaiting the arrival of Dr. Stephen Gagliardi. This is the Board of Health meeting for Thursday, March 18th, 2021. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived by those present, and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Next item of business on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the meeting of February 18, 2021. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections to be made to the minutes of the meeting?
Tom, could we do a roll call before to open the meeting?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thomas Corey,
Present?
Michael Coughlin.
Present.
Great, thank you.
Michael, did you have a chance to read through those?
Yes, yeah, I have no additions or edits, and I move to approve them.
Okay, I second. Can we have a roll call?
Thomas Corey,
Yes?
Michael Coughlin.
Yes.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the open meeting law complaint from Patrick Higgins, alleged violation by the Board of Health meeting on February 18th, 2021. We need a motion to refer to legal counsel.
Right. I move that we refer the complaint to the Corporation Counsel's office, to the legal office.
Okay, I'll second. Can we have a roll call?
Thomas Corey,
Yes.
Michael Coughlin, sorry.
Yes.
Thank you. That'll be moved over. Motion carries. Okay, next item on the agenda is the discussion on when to adopt the new regulation for the keeping of animals. As you remember, we discussed that last month, and we just didn't set a time on it, I guess.
I guess not. Yeah, I don't remember talking about that, so we obviously did not.
I know in the permits expire on May 31st of the year. And so that would mean that the new year starts on June 1st every year. It's March 18th. If we went with 60 days, if we went to June 1st, it would be about 70 days. If we went to July 1st, it would be about 100 days. I would be in favor of maybe the 100 days to July 1st to get it instituted.
Well, what happens in that 30-day interim where there'd be nothing in place? Shouldn't we do it on May? Shouldn't we make them effective on June 1st for any new? You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, the participants that we had at the last meeting, it was all very congenial and things
Yeah,
like
I
that.
remember.
And they did mention how it's been difficult to rehome the roosters. And it was just my feeling, I don't know if they could
They
do
want
it in
more
70
time,
days.
Yeah, they want more time, but if the licenses expire on May 31st and the new regs don't go into effect until July, what will be in place for those 30 days when the licenses expire? We're not
Well,
gonna issue
they
a
really
new
won't,
license.
as there are no licenses out now under these regulations, they
Oh,
wouldn't
I see.
expire
I'm
till
sorry.
May 31st of 2022.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm new.
No problem. Again, as you recall, the public hearing, everyone it was
Oh, yeah.
very congenial, and they all stated about the problem of rehoming the roosters. And
Okay,
I don't
well-
know how many, if they're going to keep the roosters, of course, they're going to be coming in asking for variances. And this way, everything would get somewhat in order.
Okay. All right, that's fine. We can do July.
So July 1st?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so I
Chairman,
move,
Okay. Chairman can't make the motion, so.
I move that we make the new animal regulations effective as of July 1st of 2021.
Okay, I will second. Can we have a roll call?
Thomas Corey,
Yes?
Michael Coughlin.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Um,
so if I could have both of you maybe come and I'll talk to Dr. Gagliardi offline to come. If I place the reg at the front lobby, if you could come and sign the regulation, maybe within the next um, few days, so maybe within the next, over the next week. Would that
Over the
be
next week, I can come in next Thursday. That's my next day off.
Okay. Will that work for you, Mike?
Yeah, sure. This- Do you need to
Okay.
pin me down on the day, or will they just be there?
No, I'll just put it there today and you can come in anytime and sign it.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the receptionist down in the lobby. Just go right up to her.
Yeah, on the Third Street side, there's somebody who.
Right. Yeah. No. I have been in the building once.
Okay.
Okay. Next time under new business. Tess, do we have any new business of such a nature that it could not make the agenda?
No, the really only updates are, COVID updates. Our case counts do continue to decline. We are kind of phasing out the current clinic we had up at BCC, like I likely had mentioned last month. However, I did submit a proposal for a regional clinic, which was approved by the state. So once there's vaccine allocation, provided to us, we will be able to have a vaccine clinic 1 day a week up at Bristol Community College, and that will be open to all eligible populations statewide. And will be, part of that requirement was that we could vaccinate up to 750 people a day. So that will be kind of, we're continue to just be in a holding pattern because of the constrained vaccine supply. But that was in partnership with Somerset and Swansea. They'll be taking a day. Somerset will have a day on Wednesdays. Attleboro will have a day on Mondays. And then Taunton will have 2 days. Tuesdays and Fridays will be the clinics in Taunton at the Holiday Inn there. Attleboro is at La Salette, and then Somerset is at the high school and fire department. And then we'll have the BCC location. And again, those are all required to have the 750 a day. So there will, moving forward, as we kind of hopefully, the state and all of us get more vaccine supply, we'll have that as a local option. But in addition to that, we are getting equity doses because we're one of the 20 high, impacted communities. We're getting equity doses, and we're targeting certain, underserved and under-resourced individuals, people of color, non-English speakers, people who don't have access to transportation, people who aren't comfortable receiving care in a traditional healthcare setting, people who have disabilities or other functional needs. And then they did just kind of add additional bullets in terms of people with mental health conditions and substance use disorder, as well as homeless. So we will continue our efforts on that front next week. The city and Star are having a clinic at the 1010 South Main clinic location for some folks who are identifying in partnership with Star who meet those equity needs. And we'll be expanding, clinics that are targeted at those populations who are most under-resourced and underserved.
Okay. For the record, Dr. Gagliardi has joined the meeting. Good
Hi.
afternoon, Doctor.
Sorry, I'm late. Hey, Tess, I have a quick question about the vaccine for you.
Mhm.
So when the state says they're going to open up all these people being eligible, and we don't have enough vaccine for it, does the individual city have to do the same once the state says it, or can we say, we don't have enough vaccine for the people who are already waiting, and now we're going to have all these other people? So theoretically, somebody who is in a later grouping could jump ahead of a 75-year-old who hasn't had it yet.
Yeah, I think unfortunately we're following the state timeline. So people can pre-register now so that when their vaccine's available, they can pre-register for those mass vaccination sites. But, I don't think that the city would pause on any other, moving forward on any other cohorts, at this time.
Because this is just going to create a tidal wave of people that are available with the same exact amount of doses available. So see how this benefits anyone.
Well, I mean,
Because we haven't even finished doing the people that were already allowed to get it.
Doctor, you know that the president is requiring everybody be eligible by May 1st, and that was part of the driving force in
Okay.
the
Don't get me started on that.
Well, okay, but I'm just explaining why the state came forward with a more advanced schedule that everyone admits just adds to the crush. Right.
Why don't we just say everybody's available tomorrow? I mean, same thing,
Well, I mean,
so whatever.
Well, the hope is that the supply will continue to increase. So hopefully, as more groups become eligible by mid-April, because all eligible population statewide will be eligible April 19th. So hopefully by that time, there is more of a supply. But again, people really do have to, I know this is hard, but be patient because, like you said, Dr. Gagliardi, we're still vaccinating the people who are currently eligible as we're adding more. So just because all eligible population statewide will be activated on April 19th, that doesn't mean that everybody's going to get an appointment until, sometime in May or whatever it may be. So
Fall River, and Tess was explaining this, does have some ability to be more selective with the resources that come through the equity program. And that can be more targeted towards those more deserving groups, whether it's based on age or their racial ethnic background.
Because we're also going to get a lot of older people in March and April coming back from Florida where they couldn't get it down there because they weren't residents. Like my mother just got back yesterday.
Yeah.
She's 70 something and she couldn't get it down there, and she put her name on the list a while ago, but hasn't heard. So that's going to be a lot of people coming back up.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a contributing factor. My understanding is that the J&J vaccine, which is great because you only need the one dose, is going to start to become more available in larger numbers sometime in April, coinciding more or less when everybody's eligible. That'll help a lot.
Mhm.
All right.
That's what we're hearing on the pharmacy side too. Okay, Tess, was there any citizens input that arrived at before the proper times?
no citizens input.
Okay, we got to look for the date for the next meeting. Traditionally, if we go 4 weeks out, that would be April 15th.
Sure.
April 15th or April 22nd?
Either one, 15's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Tess, did we get any feedback on the town hall meeting? A lot of people see it, or?
The folks that have indicated that they watched it seem to have a positive response. So I think we'll be trying to do more outreach and more communications with our community partners on that moving forward, and different groups doing the town hall kind of format. So did we settle on the 21st or was it the 14th or 15th? I'm sorry, 15th or the 22nd?
22nd, I think.
22nd. Okay, great.
That's fine.
Okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Can we have a roll call?
Thomas Corey,
Yes.
Michael Coughlin,
Yes.
Stephen Gagliardi.
Yes.
Okay, that concludes the Board of Health meeting for Thursday, March 18th. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.